Any updates if overclocking power consumption is changing? It is not changing at the moment. We are, I mean, if you want the latest scoop, here, I'll bring you all back on the journey. If you remember when I launched the first Update 6 video, I talked about like, these are the things that are coming into Update 6. And one of the topics was that we were thinking of changing how overclocking works in the game. We sort of backpedaled on that because we realized how many... We felt that we didn't have all the answers to that, like the issue of overclocking when we were going to introduce it. So we backpedaled a little bit because we wanted to look into it ourselves a bit more. And we have been looking into it ourselves a bit more. And we've sort of concluded that we're not sure what's actually the best. There's like one or two things that we're thinking of changing in the game that we haven't talked about yet, that we're going to talk about later, that will sort of solve some of the issues with overclocking. And if we change overclocking now, then it won't make sense when we make that change. So we've decided to just not do anything for now. The other thing is we have also looked at like the values of overclocking and underclocking, and maybe felt that those values might be too like harsh or lean or whatever, and like it's a constant like back and forth. So we're probably gonna come back to this later, much later probably, to see what we do. We might just push like its own update maybe with overclocking, just to try it out on experimental, but we might not do that. So we'll see. But the TLDR is that we're not changing overclocking for update 6. And we will see in the future if it makes sense to change overclocking. And that's the end of that sentence. I think I covered everything.